So let me give you the skinny. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. These ones are mini.
Wow, that after party was
Yeah, right?
real.
I told you guys it was going to be a real good time, right?
It was so awesome.
Everyone was there.
Everybody was there. I couldn't believe how late it went.
Yeah. I mean, some would say it's not even over now.
I'm tired from it.
Yeah. That Prince cover band is still playing right now.
Yeah. What?
They keep playing When Doves Cry over and over.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry. I don't think that's how the song
That was
goes.
awesome.
Did you
Sorry
guys
we couldn't make the play.
You guys had a
Todd.
good time, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you had like a competing play, which was it was up late. Like there was a
Yeah.
late showing.
Yeah, well,
It's like an opposite of a matinee.
yeah, I got the email and it said midnight matinee. And it was I thought it was a great opportunity. It was just me. The cast wasn't going to be there. So I did a midnight matinee, and it just happened to coincide with the after party of the Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
after party.
honestly,
But
Todd,
it went really well, thank you.
I'm glad you didn't show up because I checked as we were leaving. I looked at the guest list and I had in fact spelled your name wrong, so you'd have gotten turned away. You'd gotten
How'd you
turned away
spell
at the door. Tade.
Toad.
Yeah, Padre Podray.
Okay, how are you spelling it wrong? Is it handwritten and they can't read your writing? Are you sending an email quickly? Are you texting it and autocorrect
I actually went
is
back and
wrong?
looked at the old the email chain, and they actually asked me if I had spelled it correctly, and I said, yeah, I think so. And they said, are you sure? Because you've tried this before and you spelled it differently. I said, no, it looks right.
Well, you're
to
so
me."
busy now, you don't have time to fact check.
Honestly, yeah, I don't even
And
read emails anymore.
I actually went through your guest list and crossed out quite a few names so I could get a bunch of people in for BKBS.
Right.
So I crossed out Todd. I actually put Ted Nugent.
Because we're so similar name-wise.
Yes,
Todd
It
Todd
just
Potter, Ted
needed,
Nugent.
and I'm close personal friends with Todd Nugent. Ted
I got
Nugent.
a lot of the Park City boys in there too.
Oh, really?
A lot of the Park City Hermits were in attendance in the separate corners.
Now, you're
dark
casually
corners.
saying Park City. I don't know that the audience, if they're not reading New York news, knows the developments of what's going on.
Oh, yes. Well, my small hermit chalet in the Central Park has grown to a bunch of other like-minded New York hermits, and we now own all of the park and
it's-
turned it into a city.
It
We
is-
call it Park
it
City.
has
It's
been
called Park
incorporated?
City, Utah,
New
New
York.
York.
Yes. Park City, Utah, New York, New York.
I
now-
thought it was maybe something about Park Slope, Brooklyn, but it's Park City, Utah.
Well, we're hoping to expand.
York.
We're hoping to
Okay.
expand
Now-
to all the other parks.
Why did you decide to add the Utah? Because Park City makes sense to me because it's a city in the park.
Yeah.
But
Right.
then there is already Park City, Utah, and is it a name recognition thing or what?
It's throw off the scent.
Oh, okay.
Throw off the scent a little bit. You know, we
Who's
don't
sent?
want exactly.
Oh, okay.
I don't want anybody sniffing around and getting to the right place. They think we know where these hermits are. Wait a second, we're in Utah. All of a sudden, they'll leave us alone.
Okay.
So you're thinking some authorities, I'm not sure who, but
NYPD,
any
NYPD,
PG&E,
Parks and Rec, all of them are going to
MIB.
show up
Men in Black.
knowing the park has been taken over by hermits and fancy hermits because you
Yeah,
said it's
is
kind
it
of a
really even
chalet.
fair to call them hermits at this point? You guys socialize an incredible amount.
Do you want me to eat your head?
Of course I don't.
Because
Sam.
I'll eat your head right now.
No, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. I want to understand my
I'll
friends.
rip your
you know?
head
when
off
they-
like a critter.
Okay, well, a lot of people say when you get famous, you leave the little people behind, and I don't want to be that guy. I want to know what's going on in my friend's life,
That's
Sam.
nice. That's really nice. Well, don't ask any questions or we'll eat your head. Come down to Park
Well,
City.
I just don't know if authorities are going to walk into this place and be like, oh, never mind, we're in Utah. I know we came here trying to get the park back, which is an integral part of this city.
Yeah.
But
And I'll
now,
say-
never mind, we're
well,
in
that's
Utah.
why we brought in the snow
I was going to
machines.
say the snow machines do a good job of selling it, but in
Yeah, the rings, the Olympic rings,
Right.
because we hosted the Olympics in the past.
have
Park
you?
City, Utah, absolutely did, and we're throwing off the scent. There's no hills in Central Park. It's one of the flattest cities in the world, but we're changing that.
you're making Park City hillier.
Absolutely. Well, we built these hermit chalets. They got an A-frame.
What exactly is a hermit chalet?
It's a bunch of sticks that resembles a bird's nest, but bigger.
Okay.
Is there a roof on it? 'Cause
No, it's a hole.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
live in the
say.
middle of the hole.
Well, I submitted a couple short films to Sundance, so I'm hoping that they make it in. I don't know if you know the people on the committee.
Of course I do.
Well, I think the problem is I've actually heard a little bit about this Sundance, and it is not a film festival. In fact, it's actually all these hermits,
the first
male
dance.
offspring, just go out into the field and start dancing.
Yeah, it's a Sundance. You got to have a son to be in it. If you're a daughter, if you're a mother, if you're a girly, if you're a boy, well, if you're a boy, you can do it. But if you're a father, you can't do
Right.
it unless your dad is still alive.
Oh, you got to be a
Because
son.
you got to
to
be a son. Once your dad dies, you're no longer a son. It gets revoked.
You're simply a man.
Exactly. The difference
But don't
between
you
a man and
say
a son
still
is having an elder.
stay a son?
Not to who? To
Well,
the dead
not
man?
according to this paperwork for the Sundance.
Not in Park City, Utah,
right.
New York,
Okay.
America.
So if your dad dies, you are no longer the child of a man. You're no longer a son.
For this dance.
What about if
For
you
this dance. I mean, in real life, sure, do whatever you want. But the rules of the dance are
Right.
the sun dance.
Because if every man would be out there dancing.
It's a
if
hot
they-
commodity.
Because
Yeah,
every man is a son.
Right, it's not the potential. It's not an issue of potential. It's actual. If you
Don't
are
forget-
a son, you have a living father.
And that's true,
Then
but
you-
don't forget that I will eat your head. If you ask any more questions, we will eat your heads.
Yeah.
It's a shame for me because my dad passed away patricide, and my wife never gave me a son.
Sorry,
so
What is
patricide
patricide?
means he was killed by his
killed
son.
by his son. Yeah, my dad passed away through patricide, and
Now we've never gotten into this, Todd.
it was a natural patricide. Don't worry, it was natural causes.
What- how exactly
A
is a
knife in the eyeball?
Yeah.
Well, how? Because that's what he died from, right?
Yeah, and it happened.
And this was diagnosed by a doctor.
Yeah, well, they had to do the whole autopsy because they found
They
the
did.
body.
They weren't sure.
They found. Well,
Well, they did an autopsy, right?
Well, yeah, so they just looked at the whole top of his body.
All tops.
And it was honestly all topsy-turvy by the end of it. 'cause
Oh, wow.
My dad was
We've
so...
seen this before.
I come from a long line of people whose bodies are so confusing, you can't tell top from bottom.
Right. You passed out for a while, and it really confused the coroner, and he was just going he was flipping around.
Yeah,
All
I-
topsy-turvy.
Well, I passed out at the joy of finally seeing this man dead, who had tormented me my whole life.
He was so good to you.
Yeah.
He was a good man.
I was
Todd.
fulfilling my Oedipal prophecy,
Your edible prophecy?
Oedipal prophecy. Well, at a very young age.
What was the edible complex?
The edible complex?
Yeah.
An oracle told my parents one day I would kill and eat my father.
Patricide to edible.
Yes. And so, but honestly, this is, luckily, the statute of communications is limited here, so I can talk about this. But
Statute of communications?
Yeah.
Limitations.
That's the one. What makes me sad is I can't dance at your festival, and I guess my films can't be a part of it either, which is honestly a bummer.
Yeah.
But
Okay, they probably wouldn't have made it in anyway.
happy. I am happy to be doing another episode of this podcast with my honestly three of my equals and my good friends. And sorry to miss the party, but happy to be with my buddies.
Yeah. Well, maybe
It was awesome.
it really was. Honestly, I'm really starting to feel like I'm like a part of the crew now. You know, like I feel like I'm going to go in the like pantheon of SNL.
Well, and you're
sort
an
of
actor.
talent. Yeah.
So feeling like you're part of the crew, you're really in there.
Yeah, it honestly feels like I'm made in the shade, boys. I mean, I had offers from a couple different movie studios to read for some parts.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I got to,
Really?
of course, do it on hiatus, so I can't do it now. We're obviously filming every Saturday for the next couple weeks, so I can't do it. But
Anything we would know? Any spin-offs? Any Warner properties or
Anything we would know, spin-offs, Warner
Spider-Man.
properties.
You doing Spider-Man?
I did read for the villain in the next Spider-Man movie.
What's his name?
awesome.
What's his name?
His name is Thunder Pussy.
Thunder Pussies.
Thunder Pussy.
That's the new.
okay, so So I'm pretty sure. Now, I don't know a lot about the superhero universe.
I
but,
do. Growing
okay.
up, I would always read comics just as an escape from the horrors of life.
Okay, you're reading that off of a piece of paper that says "My Make Me Interesting" book. My Make Me Interesting.
It's one
notebook.
piece of paper, and it's called your My Make Me Interesting book. Go ahead, keep reading it, Todd. It's honestly really.
Well, he
No, it's
dips down into it sometimes. Occasionally, it'll he'll
Yeah, it's
when
just
I hear him
bullet
say
points.
something woke, he'll be reading off of it.
No, this is just a fact about me. I just,
Okay.
I read a lot of comic books when I was younger to escape from.
So
kind of-
you know the whole mythology.
yeah,
around
and I don't know
Thunderpussy.
Thunder Pussy from.
well, there's
really?
Octopus Man, right?
There's Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
The lesser known octopus man.
There's,
There's
Well,
well,
I caught him Octopus Man when I was auditioning via Sam Silver.
yeah, and there's also Octopussy from the James Bond films.
Right. So this is Thunder Pussy.
I think Thunderpussy is actually a villain
Well, then
based
there's-
off of a real band that is called Thunderpussy.
oh,
There's
so-
also awkward pussy.
Awkward.
Awkward Pussy.
From
and that's a character based on me.
Right, and there's a space between awkward and pussy.
Well, your butthole got like bullied a lot in high school, right? It was like an awkward pussy.
Yeah, and and the 50s and 60s were wild, and I became friends with Stan Lee, and I started telling him some of my life stories.
Hold on. Really?
Yeah.
So maybe Thunder Pussy is based on your butthole?
It could be. I
Now
mean, what's
that's
the character description?
I had no idea you were such good friends with Stan Lee and still never been able to get cast in one of those movies.
Are we
Well,
talking
I
about that
auditioned
guy
for-
from The Office?
No,
Or-
not Stanley, who I'm enemies with. Stan Lee, I would audition for every Marvel movie for the same part that Stan Lee ended up getting. So it was all politics.
Wait, you auditioned for Stan Lee's cameos in his movies?
Yes.
They're in the script. I'm sure they say Stan Lee, Todd.
My agent would show me the script, and I would say, "Let me go on tape for this. I think I can beat Stan Lee out for this role."
How many times have you said Excelsior on a self-tape?
Every time. That's how I introduce myself. Todd Padre, Excelsior. Cool.
It doesn't work though. The wink to the audience is like that's the author.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. Let's just say that some things have changed recently, and now someone else is going to have to play Stan Lee. in the
Let's
movies.
tell us
let's
about
say
Thunder
things
Pussy.
have changed.
Tell us about Thunder
He's
Pussy.
dead, Todd.
And rest in peace.
Rest.
Well, Thunder Pussy is
Rest.
His whole thing is
Peace.
he's a scare. He's
Go
kind
to
of
sleep.
Gravestone. Gravestone.
The Viewing.
Funeral.
flower.
Grief.
Bereft.
Weep.
Pictures.
Pictures of the funeral.
Tiny into urn.
Spreading.
Ash. Spread day.
Dust to dust.
Sunset.
Reconnecting with father.
Eulogy.
So tell us about Thunder Pussy.
The character is actually it's one of those things where it's kind of like a literal thing where he's kind of a scaredy cat, but when he hears a loud noise, he gets really strong.
So he's a cat that is easily frightened and then gets strong.
Yeah, so he gets scared, and then when he hears thunder or he hears a loud noise,
So he can
gets
only be a
strong.
hero on a bad day.
Yeah, or if people are screaming.
Okay.
I'll
So-
say, hearing this, this character is not based on me because when I'm scared, my butthole is weak, not strong. So this is different.
Yeah, it can't be based
So
on
it's not
you.
based on
Based
me.
on-
And do you know who else is going out for it? Is it
Right now, it's down to me, Keaton, Harrelson, and
Diane
Busey.
Keaton.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diane Keaton, Woody Harrelson,
Woody Harrelson.
and Gary Busey?
Yeah. And Gary
Wow.
Busey. a real weird mix.
I guess
of
two of those make sense.
Studio knows what they want.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, I think they're actually pairing me up with Diane Keaton. So I'm not sure. I think they don't
How's
know
your
if they want to
chemistry?
go.
How's your
No,
chemistry?
we're both. They're like sort of saying it's either going to be Busey or Harrelson, or it's going to be you or Diane Keaton. So I think it depends on what direction they want to go.
So
with the
your
role.
type zone is Diane Keaton.
Yeah. So it seems like they're sort of like placing me in the same sort of zone. Like
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you just started on SNL recently.
yeah.
Now you're blowing up to Thunder Pussy.
Yeah, and I don't want to get excited. You guys know me. I don't like to get excited about stuff because my dreams get dashed so constantly. So I'm just kind of like letting it come as it comes and taking the good that comes and being happy, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
I noticed you're looking pretty buff.
Thanks. Yeah, I've
Are
been
you doing a little Hollywood workout?
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nope.
No.
Chris Hemsworth actually was a host on the show, and he taught me a workout plan. He and I now work out twice a week in the mornings. We'll just run down the street.
What a plan.
He showed you how to do that?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not running after him?
Well,
Does he know you're there?
as far as I'm screaming at him the whole time, like telling him
this
to
makes more sense.
yeah to hey, slow down. I need to talk to you.
Oh.
But yeah, I've lost a little
You're
bit
yelling,
of weight.
slow down, I need to talk to you. Pretty clear you're not working out with him.
And can I ask you, because you weren't in last week's show at all. Like we had
On
a
SNL?
you had a
Happens
good
to new
week.
members, happens to
You
new
weren't
cast
in
members.
last week's show at all.
Yeah.
We went to the after party with you. You said a couple of things of yours got cut. I mean,
Well, you guys saw the sketch that ended up online. The Cut for Time sketch that ended up online.
yeah. It seemed as if it was filmed like pretty when the studio was empty. Mm-hmm. And it didn't
And it was
seem like-
uploaded to a secondary YouTube and Facebook account. The
Yeah.
SNL Facebook and YouTube account. They didn't want to put my.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a
so
cut from dress.
Well, it was cut pre-dress, and I just wanted
Well,
to make
we
sure
could
it's all
see that
led.
you were pre-dressed in that sketch.
But that's the
Man.
joke.
You were rushing. It was a lot about how quick you had rushed on because SNL is obviously a whirlwind to get into costume.
And I love these meta sketches SNL's been doing. So this is right in the zone of stuff I like, is referencing, itself and the celebrity of it and the difficulty of it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what we as fans want to see.
Well, we've all been there. We've all been one of 10 people on an elite show in New York, and it's what we resonate with.
I mean, the comedy of the way to do comedy is to do the thing that people understand the most, which is your life as a comedy actor, and
Yes.
it's the struggle of that. So I love that you guys are doing that.
Thank
Have you guys seen that new Pete Holmes show, Crashing? I love how nobody on it is really funny.
It's not new, by the way. It's been out for three seasons.
In fact,
brand new.
it's been
no,
canceled.
that shit
Yeah.
is new.
Yeah.
That's new to me, baby. Ever since we were in New York, I've been going down to that nasty part of town where all the comedy clubs are.
Yeah, you have been.
Well, yeah, we took the grittiness of these shows about stand-up, and we took out the stand-up, but kept the grit.
Yeah, we kept the grit.
Like, it's mostly just about you performing in front of dumpsters.
Yeah. Being poor.
Yeah.
Flyering, passing out paper.
A big chunk about eating someone's head.
They've been hard to shoot though because you're selling passes to be on set for this show at the BKBS
Yes.
stand. And so
Yes.
people are buying passes to be like caterers, key grips, transpo department.
Yeah, I mean, well, as you know, like with Teacher's Barge, what up, Teacher's Barge?
Barge!
Was that them?
I think
Hey!
They gave us a little toot toot.
That was a
That's
quick
wow.
one.
Threw a bunch of cash into the hole. Looks like they're just throwing cash away. But yeah, my BKBS booth has been mostly functioning as a employee trafficking.
Yeah, you're a bit of a headhunter. It's not for CEOs or like high level positions.
No.
It's mostly like minimum wage.
Because a bunch of tourists come here with that New York energy, and I trick them into working for a bunch of different stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you thought of maybe changing your business to not seem like it's a tourist business and just becoming a headhunter?
I have not.
Big yawn from Sam, by the way. Sam.
We're tired.
So everyone knows, yeah, they were up late at the party. I was doing my midnight matinee, and we're recording this right now at 1 a.m.
Yeah. We're going to head to the after party.
Finally, are you guys
After
excited
this.
as I am about our day off tomorrow? You get one a week, and boy, do you cash in on it.
What do you guys like to do with a Sunday?
Lazy Sunday?
I like to get up late. I'll go get me, just like a croissant and a coffee.
Nice.
Classic.
That's really just relaxed.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll open, I'll go to a coffee shop or something,
Yeah.
and I'll bring the New York Times, and I'll open it big, and I'll crinkle with it, and I'll have trouble folding the pages.
yes.
And
You plan all that?
Sorry?
You plan all that every
It's just kind of what happens, I'll order a large Earl Grey, and I will burn myself, and I'll just...
Tongue or?
I wish. A roof of mouth and chest. And then I'll
No
You know,
tongue.
I'll
Somehow you burn just
What
the
do you
roof
do? Like just
and the chest.
splash it into
It
the
sounds
top
like-
of your
Sounds
mouth?
like you're doing a headstand.
yeah.
with any sort of you've heard of like a suppository, taking something rectally is the quickest way into the blood system. Well,
okay.
doing
Not really, no. I never did any of that shit as a kid. Fuck that.
you're protesting very much over
Yeah,
there,
not
Bill.
enough.
Fuck a suppository.
I'm not.
I never
that
did any of that as a kid.
So,
Sounds like you definitely did.
I don't even like those fucking things. My mom would say, "Let me stick that up your ass." I'd be like, "Hell no, bitch."
You said that to
You
your
said
mama.
to your mom.
Yeah, I did.
What
I
were we
know.
talking about? Flintstone vitamins?
Hell no. I don't eat no chewy shit. As a kid, hell no.
Bill, but you must have at least taken like Dayquil or NyQuil when you were sick.
Fuck no. Gel cap shit. I eat hard pills only. Chew them up.
So you look.
And I'll eat suppositories.
so
I'll
you,
eat that damn thing.
so you did them, but you just ate the medicine instead of putting it in your butt.
Hell yeah.
Now, sometimes I heard you had eaten some used suppositories, suppositories that didn't really take.
But yeah, I'll suck a suppository out of somebody's butthole.
I've seen you wandering back and forth outside of the suppository depository, kind of like scratching yourself. and,
Hell
like,
yeah, I was a suppository junkie as a kid. Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't put them up my butt, though. I would hang out outside of the suppository depository, and I would eat suppositories out of people's buttholes.
You said
But
you were a junkie, and then you said nothing wrong with that. Those words don't usually go together.
Ain't nothing. I got it honest. I got my junkie honest, baby. Yes, yes, yes. That's all I did is I sucked suppositories out of the buckholes. Honestly, buckholes. I did. Yes, I did.
Honestly, buckholes?
That's what you call them.
Buckhole.
You give them a buck.
Buckhole.
You give them a buck and say, did you just
Yeah,
take
buck
medicine?
for a
Did
suck.
you just take medicine?
Buck for a suck. I'd be saying that.
Bill,
I'd be 9
how
years old.
Okay, Bill.
Buck for a suck.
This is upsetting to me, buddy.
You are
Whatever.
spinning out,
Got it
Bill.
honest. I got it honest.
Once about every 7 episodes, we lose you, Bill.
Yeah.
You
Buckholes. Buckholes. And I got it honest. That's an honest day's work. Put in the time. Got that shit.
It's not a day's work.
You're like a mix of
9-year-old.
a mean 1980s kid and like a 50s hardworking paper boy.
I got it. Chop, chop. Let me get it going. Extra, extra.
What did you need the money for? What were you working for?
For fucking toys. Them shits is expensive. You know I need Legos. I got it honest.
Well, that explains a lot about you, Bill. Maybe
Yeah.
your ridiculous voice or, some of your conditions could have been due to the buck of suck.
Listen. I got it honest.
You don't know what kind of
Buckholes.
You don't know what kind
I got a buckhole. Everybody's got a buckhole.
Well, I have a butthole, but I've never charged anyone to suck out of it. So technically, mine isn't a buckhole yet.
You need a charge. Put a price on that buckhole.
I think a lot of times I can get a little mad at my friends, a little combative, kind of start to resent them. But then I see a different side of them and see kind of where some of their pain is coming from. And I'm seeing a side of you, Bill, of your childhood
Yeah.
that makes me understand a little more about you. And
Yeah,
I
this might be the
empathize
saddest
with you.
thing I've ever heard. I know we're kidding around, but this is the saddest thing I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
people try to make documentaries about me as a kid. I said, get out of here. I'm not selling out. No way.
Well, I'm tired of these exploitive documentaries.
Yes.
They're trying to make one about your childhood, and it's for them to make money, not to heal you.
No.
They're doing this whole one about these texts I sent to this guy who happened to kill himself. And it's just like, it happened to us. That's our story. It's not your story to make a fortune off of.
You were dating someone and you texted them and they said they were going to kill themselves?
Yeah, he
You
said, I'm feeling fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I said, yeah, right, you coward. Do it. I bet you can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You little fucker.
Yeah, Scorsese approached me about Suppository Depository and wanted to make something, and I was like, that's a painful part of my life.
You're like, if
buddy.
you're going to make something about me, make like a Bob Dylan rock and roll documentary about
Yeah.
me. Make a Rolling Stones rock and roll documentary
And
about
I
me.
reached out. I reached out to get my Suppository Depository story told right. Like Bohemian Rhapsody.
But the big note was your Suppository Depository story is a little too gory.
Yeah. Little gory. The story's a little gory, Suppository Depository.
And all potential directors were a little bit worried.
They were worried because the story was gory about Suppository Depository.
But for such a gory story about a Suppository Depository, people did say it was a little snory.
It was snory, but that all changed when they cast Hugh Laurie.
Wow. And a lot of this took place in a rock quarry.
Absolutely.
So you're telling
changed
me
it.
Hugh Laurie was going to star in the Suppository Depository story, and it was a little gory, and it takes place in a quarry.
Yes. And he took it from being snory to
being a story.
yes.
But then they just rewrote it, and they got Finding Dory.
Yes, they did. And that's how the story of Finding Dory came to be. All of my licenses were taken away. I lost. Judge Dewey.
So you
You heard that right.
You went on Judge Dewey.
Judge Dewey.
now I don't know what the first word means, but I have seen Judge Dewey, and we know what he looks like. Big hat, big curls,
Big curly hair
full
on the side
on
of his
rabbi.
face.
I didn't do that. I didn't do it.
You just went on there.
I just went on it, and I lost all the rights to just Suppository Depositories.
Well, that's really too bad. But hey, you're doing all right now.
I'm doing actually awesome, and I'm on to you. I'm fucking on to you, Howard.
What do you mean?
Because I think you were fired last week.
I wasn't fired.
I think you
Well,
were.
where'd you go?
reason would
Why
they
were
have
you
for me to be
dressing
fired?
up?
Oh, I just perked up.
Why were you dressing up like old cast members to get through security into the building?
Because that was the last sketch of the night that ended up getting cut because we ran out of time. They said, "Hey, you're going to be Catan."
You came in and said, I'm Buckwheat, which is an Eddie Murphy character. And everybody was like, no, you're not. It was very clear.
For a second, they were like, oh, maybe he's doing a funny Will Ferrell bit where Will Ferrell will show up in a funny character.
Yes.
And you were like, no, this isn't a funny joke. I am the man, the human buckwheat.
And I'm here for my royalties.
Yeah, you were trying to sneak in, but then also being combative.
I don't think they're going to let Buckwheat into the party
Okay.
to be litigious.
Okay, you know what? All right, you caught me. I'm caught.
No way.
You guys, all right. Hey, jig is up. Woohoo! Yep.
You're off
Wow.
SNL. You've been fired.
Yeah.
What happened?
I had the quickest tenure in the history of SNL. Less episodes than pretty much any other mediocre white guy in the last 10 years.
You didn't make it even 2 episodes.
Yeah, I got fired on too. Well, here's the thing, guys. Turns out, Poop Guy wasn't a really funny idea.
Really?
No.
Poop guy.
Howard, I'm really sorry to hear this.
Todd is so happy.
Todd grinning ear to ear.
This is
Hide it, Todd. Hide it at least.
this is heartbreaking news for you, and I
can
can't
see-
imagine what
Where's
it
that-
is.
Crying happy tears.
Where did that champagne come from, Todd? Okay, now pop it. Stop making that noise with your mouth. That's not funny. Okay,
Oh,
this
Howard.
is huge for me. Okay, this was my big break, guys. For once in my whole goddamn life, I was somebody. Okay?
Was it because you were dressed as Ronald McDonald and you kept talking about McDonald's on air?
I think they're not going to say it, but of course that's a big part of
Well,
it.
you were only an extra in that sketch. I don't think you needed to talk about McDonald's, and I
I'll
don't
say.
think you needed to be dressed as Ronald.
Well, that was part of the original deal, guys. I had to do it, okay? With the whole deal with McDonald's and everything, I had to do that.
Howard, I am so sorry. I could tell you were really excited about this.
Who are you texting right now?
It is such a public
He's
humiliation.
reading off of his little fucking page.
Oh my
can't
God.
I mean, as someone who came from a family of alcoholics, it was hard for me to connect with people and find safety. And sometimes I would find it in the comics. Sometimes I'd find it in a movie theater.
He's rewriting his personality
Wow, this is
on
kind
the
of cool.
fly.
Todd, this is my biggest problem with you. You revel in other people's misfortune if it means they don't get to do the thing that you want to do.
Howard, my heart is broken for you, okay? And I'm just saying.
Why are you cha-chaing right now?
Cha-chaing Todd putting on his favorite robe to relax.
He is cha-chaing with 2 fingers on his belly button. Just
That's
like
right.
really getting into the cha-cha.
Look, I don't know what it is. It's probably a grief cha. And I feel so sorry for my friend, but things will pick up for you. Things
No,
will
they
pick up
won't.
for you, buddy.
It's the same thing as it always is
Well,
with
what's
me,
next
guys.
on the list?
I don't know.
Thunder Pussy was a fail.
Yeah, and
SNL was
also
a big
that was
fail.
a big fucking lie, guys.
You made up Thunder Pussy.
Of course I
Oh,
did.
yeah, we could kind of tell.
Yeah. I'm up for the same role as Diane Keaton,
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson.
I mean, I think I'm going to say,
Busey?
you know, what everybody on the internet's been saying and what everybody.
Busey.
Busey.
Of course, Busey.
We didn't
R.I.P.
forget. We
R.I.P.
didn't
Busey.
forget.
I didn't
Busey.
forget Busey.
R.I.P. Busey.
Is he dead?
When you get there.
P.R.I.P.
P.R.I.P. Prip Busey.
Now we get to the part of the episode where we do some pre-RIPs for people on their way out.
We should do, we should
All
do
right.
We've let
Pre-
we
R.I.P.
meant to do this. We've been meaning to do this since this show started,
All
but
right.
we forgot.
Pre-R.I.P. Bob Dole.
Bob Adol, we
Prip Bob.
hardly knew you.
Pre-R.I.P. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Pre-R.I.P. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Whoa.
Pre-RIP Kofi Annan,
Who is that again?
ex-ambassador to the UN,
Oh.
president of the UN.
Pre-RIP Boutros Ghali.
And who is that?
Anybody else have one?
Pre-R.I.P. Cloris Leachman. You were a fan favorite in comedies, but you're old.
Pre-RIP Manny from Modern Family.
That's right. We really want him to rest in peace when he goes. He'll probably go after us, but pre-R.I.P.
Pre-R.I.P. Brigitte Nielsen.
Okay, now we're moving on to the Rest in Pain. This is pre-RIP Rest in Pain.
Hold on, do we have one more
this
pre-R.I.P.?
is one more.
No. I'm ready for
Sorry.
Prip Pain.
Prip Pain.
Propane.
Pre-R.I.P. Propane. The gas of the past.
We hardly knew you. Pre-RIP Methane. The gas from my ass.
We hardly knew you.
Pre-R.I.P. Cellophane. The cover for my
Prank toilet.
prank toilet.
Pre-R.I.P. I don't have one.
Shit.
I'm not going to participate.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
really fun.
So
Thanks a lot.
that's
is
go
not-
ahead and send in your pre-rest in peace and pre-rest in pains.
Hashtag Prip.
Make sure that people know it's mean.
I would love to cut a couple of mine if that's possible.
We're keeping them in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the time at the end of the episode that we all know. It's the time to say goodbye. We've had a lot of fun today.
As the people in the air traffic control tower say, let's land the plane.
Yeah.
That's right.
pull it right into the runway.
You need to put your tray tables up and your seat backs to the upright position.
and
Stop standing near the bathroom, sir, is what I hear a lot.
You will get thwapped on the back of the head by a flight attendant if you're not ready for the episode to end.
Yep,
Sir,
go
did
ahead.
you take all the pillows from this row and put them in your seat so you seemed a little taller?
Yeah. Go ahead and turn your phone back off of airplane mode and take a loud call and hear 30,000 text message notifications that just sort of keep happening.
Sir, we hear you making your own text message notifications. It's okay if nobody texted you on this 15-hour flight.
Finish up those snacks you've been stealing from the front cart and everybody saw, and you've been stuffing in your shirt looking fatter and fatter all through the flight.
Sir, we know you don't have a connection to make. Stop loudly complaining that you're going to be late to your business, your new business venture.
Sir, we saw your ticket. We know that you were staying on this flight to go right back where you came from.
And you
Sir.
complained for half the flight that you were just taking a break from Teresa, whoever Teresa is.
Sir, please stop complaining that people don't dress up enough on flights anymore. We need to make flights great again. Don't.
Sir, please stow your book, How to Get Attention. It is not necessary on the plane.
Sir, we understand that now people can watch whatever they want on their phones and iPads, but Boogie Night full volume
Only the end, where the mirror part is, where he hangs his dick out.
was disrespectful to the mother and child next to you. All right, so it's been another
that.
Teacher's Lounge. We'll catch you next week. Until then, stay funny.
Well, that's the skinny on the minute. That's all that I know. You gotta hit the road, but first, pour me a cup of that Joe.
Hey, this is Kevin, the producer for the Teacher's Lounge. The guys would like to thank Casey Trela for making the amazing theme song for the show. You can check out more of his music at Tuft, that's T-U-F-T, music.com. They also have a bunch of awesome merch available at podswag.com. And if you like the show, make sure to rate and review it on Apple Podcasts or tweet at Big Grande on Twitter at BigGrandeUCB. Thanks for listening.